Hello. Do you live in this village?
Well, obviously I live here. Where else should I live?
I'd like to ask you a few questions about the beast attacks that occurred some time ago.
It was the worst day of my life, and probably the worst day for everyone here. But what's it to an islander? Does the beast have something to do with you? You go ahead, ask your questions. But this all seems a bit fishy to me.
Do you know where the creature went after the attack?
Why are you all so desperate to find this monster? Isn't all the death and damage it's done enough? Do you want more? I'll tell you what I told those scholars. I don't know where it went. I didn't see anything.
Scholars?
Some fellows from the city who are asking the same questions as you. They may think they're clever, but they're idiots if you ask me. Looking for that thing means running the risk of it coming back here, and we've had enough of that, thank you very much.
We shall leave now. Thank you for your welcome.
That's it. Goodbye.
Good day. Do you live in this village?
Yes, I've lived here all my life. Why?
Were you present during the attack of that giant creature a while back?
Unfortunately, yes. It was horrible. I still have nightmares about it.
Can you tell us what you saw? Do you know what happened to the creature?
Honestly, I'd rather not have to think back to that day. Everything was so confusing. It was dreadful. I remember I was fixing my damaged nets when I heard the first screams. Ooh, and that terrible roaring. I was so terrified that I crawled under my boat, which is probably what saved me. I peeked out every now and then, horrified by what I was hearing. I saw the monster knock some of my friends down with a single swipe, as it chased after a man who jumped into a boat. When it didn't see any more movement, it headed southeast and even knocked down the arch there. Oh, it took us weeks to rebuild it and put the village back in order. And we're still mourning our dead.
I'm very sorry for your loss. Thank you for sharing your story with us. We will take our leave. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Look, this camp is very close to the route taken by our guardian. We should search there. Maybe we'll learn something about it.
My saviors have returned. What brings you here?
We're looking for a giant creature that came this way a while ago. Did you see it?
I pride myself on having excellent eyesight, despite the occasional bout of absent-mindedness. That beast was enormous. It would have been hard to miss.
Could you tell us which way it went?
You seem very intent on finding this monster.
We are.
Oh, in that case, I'm sorry, but if you can't give me a contribution, I won't tell you anything. After all, you did squeeze every last coin out of me to help me out of a tight spot. So it's only fair that I should return the favor.
Here, take your money. Now will you tell us which way the beast went?
Of course! It went right by my camp, and I admit I found it very impressive, if a little frightening. Nature can sometimes produce beauty, and other times horror, which is unfortunately much less inspiring for my art. I was afraid, so I hid in the bushes. It continued eastwards, towards the old quarry, I think.
That's where those mad bandits were holding Ken.
Thank you.
You're most welcome.
These are definitely the Guardian's trucks, but I don't understand what it was trying to do here. There is no doubt that the Guardian was here, but it was attacked and apparently captured by Kurnaz's men, if the letters on those corpses are anything to go by.
I wonder what they're planning to do with it. It all sounds very grim to me. Let's head for the orchard. I seem to remember that there's a cave entrance nearby.
You again? I thought I had made myself clear. You may not pass.
Could we perhaps offer you something to look the other way for a minute?
You think you're funny or something? We've got orders. No one is to enter this orchard. Now beat it.
Enough standing around chattering like tetras. Let's fight our way through. Though, if you want to avoid fighting, let's go around them.
I'm sorry, but we have to get through.
Guards! We're under attack!
No quarter!
Renwu and Farhasta Hetalemen.
Kernaz's men are up to something strange. Why bring the creature here? I don't like it. The place was too well guarded for it to be just a question of protecting the populace from a dangerous monster.
The Guardian. What's left of it, at least.
How horrible. They've cut off its head and stuck it in a jar.
Let's look around. They did this for a reason. They must have wanted to learn something from this beast. We have to find out what.
I don't see how we could use this. This document doesn't say anything useful. I can't do anything with this. I don't see how we could use this. There. You're free.
Thank you. I thought we were going to die trapped in that cave.
Wait a minute. I know who you are. You turned up at the camp the day before the Alliance attacked.
We did. And we were there when Ladan bound herself to the land and turned herself into a guardian.
I remember that. You even tried to fight her to hold her back. You were very brave. But the soldiers captured us while you were leading her away. Since then, they've done nothing but mistreat us and interrogate us to try to understand what happened.
They even tortured Adenegad. She eventually broke and told them about the bonding ritual. After more experiments, they took her away with them. We don't know what happened to her after that.
That's awful. Thank you for telling us. Now, you should get to safety. Don't stay here.
I know a place we can hide. Before we joined Laden and the others, I had found a cave further north. You have our heartfelt gratitude for freeing us. May the earth carry you always.
I don't believe it. Rather than being terrified or frightened by the transformation they experienced, they just saw it as a weapon of war. And now they want to force our people to perform the ritual again, so they can use it against their enemies. And of course, my people will be blamed for this.
We have to stop them from putting their insane plan into action. My country and my people are in danger. I don't have any political influence, but if we take this evidence to the Imperial Embassy in Peren, they might be able to do something.
disembark. We've arrived at our destination.
Stay out of trouble. Go on, move along. I'm working. Don't have time to talk.
Your Excellence.
How exotic. An envoy of Tyr Fredi. This is quite the novelty. Are you a dignitary from your island, or have you come with a message from a local noble?
I suppose one might say that I am an envoy of Tyr Fredi, milady. And I am here to speak with you about a very important matter. We have proof that the General Karnas a commanding officer of the Bridge Alliance, is preparing a brutal attack against your country.
Alas, that is nothing new. The Bridge has been attacking us for centuries. But you might not have been aware of that.
We are aware of the war between your two nations, but this time the situation is very different. This general seeks glory for himself rather than his nation, and he plans on using unconventional means to obtain his goal. He hopes to use giant creatures that we call guardians, beasts invoked from the rituals of our traditions. He will release them to attack you. He plans on blaming my people, but also the congregation. These horrible attacks will originate from your country by his hand.
Giant creatures? Are you certain you have all of your wits about you?
We can prove what we are saying. We have documents that we took from a laboratory operated by men under orders of this general. And if it is the very existence of these creatures that you doubt, we also have in our possession one of their heads. It is on our ship. You can come and see it yourself if you so desire, or send someone you trust.
You seem very sure of yourself. You have given me pause, madam. I'm going to send someone from the embassy immediately to verify what you've told me. Let's assume that you are telling the truth about these monsters. You also spoke about some documents.
Here they are.
Thank you. Please, allow me a moment to inspect them all. This entire story seems like the stuff of some fable. But these savants and this General Kernaz are indeed set on attacking us and letting others take the blame. Alas, these documents do not give us the precise location of this attack. Do you have an idea?
As you were able to read, the savants seem to want to use ancient Austrian ruins. It's true that we too need locations that are of historical or natural significance in order to perform the bonding ritual, which here transforms people. But I am not familiar with the border regions, and I don't know if Austrian ruins are to be found there.
There are indeed Austrian ruins all over the place in our country. But if I think about it, one location in particular comes to mind. The Sudwise region, in fact, that people from here have renamed High Prairie when they took it.
I know that region. I go through there often when I trade commercially. I would hate for my caravans to become a victim of collateral damage. Too many people rely on them.
Oh, but you too are from the Empire. And you are a trader? I understand your fears. Do know that this is a region where a great many refugees have fled to make a home, to avoid the civil war. Very well then, I have thought this through. I think the best option would be for me to accompany you. This business is far too important, and its impact too far-reaching, for you not to be accompanied by someone official. And if we were to wait for the princes of the merchant cities to take action, we would by then have died of old age.
Isn't this quite risky, Your Excellence?
My dear, I was born during a civil war in my country. I know how to defend myself. Or one might say, I am a fast runner. We will rendezvous at High Prairie. I require some time to prepare for the voyage. Do you have anything else you would like to talk about?
We shall leave now, Your Excellency.
Goodbye. Ah, there you are. I hope you've had safe travels.
Yes, thank you. I see that you have come with your escort.
They have accompanied me this far, but they will wait for me here. No need to bring the entire troop and this carriage. We are only here to see if the Alliance is up to something in these ruins, not to lead an assault.
As you wish. You know the region and its dangers better than we do.
That's true. Should we be going?
Yes, let's go.
I hope you can forgive my curiosity, but how is it that you find yourselves in Peren?
It is a very long story. Alas, with its fair share of dark episodes.
Oh, I didn't want to bring back any bad memories. I beg your pardon. That said, if one day you have the time and are of mind to share this tale...
Mother of pearl and precious stones. Evenings in Damask. I've got you Hello? Are you looking for a piece of jewellery to give your lover? Or a new shirt, perhaps?
This is very odd. This bridge was in much better shape the last time I crossed it. We're going to have to find a less direct route, I'm afraid.
I simply wonder how this could have come to pass. I've been through without a hitch a dozen times.
Yes, it is one of the popular routes that merchant caravans take to come to our country.
This collapse is recent. It seems provoked rather than from poor maintenance. Be alert.
Come now. If you believe that General Kernaz is behind all of this, you're delusional. How could he know we're here?
What do they want with you? They're communists. Traitors to the Empire. May the enlightened run us straight!
Have all fallen. You are all that remains.
You are cowards and traitors. This dastardly ambush is well worthy of communists. Speak. Who are you, and how did you learn that we were coming to the region?
I have nothing to say to you. But to these folk, on the other hand, I understand why you have killed my men. We attacked you without knowing who you were. But it seems obvious that you are not Mateists, nor are you men from the embassy. As such, I present my apologies. We are fighting for our faith, to overthrow a corrupted empire that hides behind its magic and is fed by handouts from Thélème. We are not your enemies. You have found yourself in the middle of a conflict that is not your own. You have business with the ambassador. So be it. But allow me to take my leave.
The ambassador asked you a question. Answer.
Who informed you that we'd be coming here?
May the demons take you. I will say nothing more.
Wait. Something isn't right. I feel a tremor.
I have a bad feeling. Something very big is coming.
What's this?
Let's show them what we're made of!
The leader of those Carmenist traitors took advantage of the chaos to flee before we could question him. May the Enlightened protect us. What was that thing?
A guardian. One of those giant creatures we told you about. But this one was very different from the one we fought in Esquiara.
So General Kernaz did manage to create one of these beasts. Fortunately, you have ensured that it will never attack Dutan. You have shown great bravery.
We didn't really have a choice. What puzzles me is the nature of this guardian. It looked like those we have on our island, but a corrupt, tainted version. The Nadoig on this continent are very strange, and don't seem to behave the way ours do.
You're right. It looked much like a Nadoig Glendaman. But we're a long way from the coast.
At home, the link is with the place, but maybe it's different here. Could it have something to do with the character of the person who is transformed?
Maybe. Perhaps the Donegat who was forced to link herself felt too much yearning for our shores.
This frightful creature was smaller than the other one, but just as dangerous. If it had been released into Dutan, it would have wrought havoc.
The mere thought of it is terrifying. After an encounter like that, I can only concur with your opinion that this General's experiments are dangerous.
We need to find out where exactly this Guardian came from, and make sure that the scientists don't create any more.
I'm going to go and get my escort. We're going to need reinforcements. I can't risk another ambush, or having to face another one of these beasts alone. The ruins are close by, and you are welcome to explore them if you like. But please be careful.
We'll try to avoid being seen. Let's go, while the trail is still clearly visible. This is where the Guardian attacked us. Trucks head off in that direction. Look at all these fallen trees. They've been ripped up by the enraged Guardian as it passed. These Alliance soldiers attempted to stop the Guardian in its escape. They paid with their lives.
These poor troops were not ready to combat a monster of this sort. How could they possibly brace themselves for it?
Trucks head off in that direction. Ropes and chains. They were trying to control it, but it was a futile attempt. There we have the famous ruins of the Austrians that the ambassador mentioned.
Yes, a stone's throw from the border with my country. These rascals planned their actions well, except for underestimating the beast's power.
I smell death. What happened here?
Magic was used here, along with a wrath that is clearly not human.
These wounds are the work of a guardian. Look.
I'm no expert, but this one wasn't killed by a weapon. My guess is that it was the creature we fought.
Magic was used here, along with a wrath that is clearly not human.
This document is signed by Zahid. I can recognize her stink. She is the one that caused us problems in Yuxantis. So she is now on congregation soil, still conspiring against us and others doing the general's bidding.
Malikor, take the witch. I would love to meet her face to face, blades unsheathed. With these documents, we have all we need to convince those in power here to banish her from Alima once and for all.
The ambassador will carry more weight if she takes care of this. Let's let her do her duty.
I'm no
All dead. This is a veritable massacre. No doubt. Given the nature of their wounds, the Guardian must have done this. They came in numbers, but its power and rage must have taken them by surprise. Some of them weren't even armed.
Excuse me if I shed no tears for these people. They not only tortured our own, but they wanted to accuse us of their crimes.
What stupidity. To die attempting to create a weapon even more destructive than those we possess already. Humanity cannot help itself. It just has to invent new ways to destroy itself.
May the earth welcome you, despite all that you have done to us.
We can't afford to overlook other documents as valuable as this one. We should keep looking.
It's fortunate that we were able to get a hold of these documents. It summarizes all the research carried out by Kurnaz's henchmen on the Guardians. They include not only the notes on the experiments and their scientific theories, but the transcriptions of their interrogations. They start in the caverns of Eschiara and continue here with their experiments to reproduce the ritual. They were disappointed in the results. The Nadoig that they created was less impressive than the one they had dissected. Moreover, despite their efforts, they were unable to control it. They were hoping to train it like one of their war dogs.
Does this document give us their victims' names? We must inform their kin about what has happened.
No. But you know how they consider us. We are nothing but savages to them, just slightly more important than animals.
And so we were forced to kill one of our own. And we will never know who was forced to bond themselves to Gakan.
At least they were able to put an end to these experiments. Without these documents, and with the savants dead, Kornaz will be forced to abandon this pursuit.
I hope so.
This time we've covered everything. Let's go back to the entrance to the ruins where Her Excellency will meet us when she's finished her stroll.
What a despicable massacre.
I'm sorry we didn't wait for you. We wanted to learn about the Alliance's research as quickly as possible.
I can understand that. What did you find?
There was a camp here, as we suspected. But it was destroyed, along with all its occupants, by the Guardian we fought. There are no survivors. Many of them were taken by surprise. They must not have expected the Nadoig to escape their control.
What a waste. But if they were taken by surprise, they must not have had time to destroy or carry away the evidence of their research.
That's right. We found a number of documents they left behind. Without them, it will be hard for them to repeat the experiment. Here. This describes not only what they did to my people, but also their aims, as well as everything they learned, or thought they had learned, about our Guardians. Without these documents, and with the death of all the scientists involved, there's little chance of their experiments succeeding again.
That's excellent news.
We also found other documents that specifically named the person who instigated all this in the region. Look. Her name is Zahid, and she's one of Kurnaz's closest associates. We've already had to contend with her in Yuxantis, unfortunately.
I've heard of her. She's officially an Alliance diplomat who arrived in Peren a short time ago.
We suspect that she is also involved in matters concerning Teleme. If you are in contact with Father Cardinal Pius, you should tell him about this. He will be very interested to hear about it.
I know him well. I'll speak to him about it. Thanks to this signed document, as well as the other evidence you've given me, I'll be able to make our case to Prince de Vesp. Zahid and her ilk will have to answer to him. And as you know, the prince is not known for his leniency. I trust you weren't planning to settle your scores with her yourself.
That woman keeps getting in our way, but I trust you'll be able to keep her from doing any harm.
Don't you worry about it. As soon as I get back to Peren, I'll ask for an audience with the prince. Well, if you don't need me anymore, I'll be on my way. Come and see me again in a few days. I'm sure I'll have some news to share.
Safe travels, Ambassador.